In a bombshell announcement, United States President Donald Trump has now decided to slap a 100% tariff on all foreign-made movies, a move that could shake Hollywood's global business to its core. Trump, posting on Truth Social, claimed American movie making is losing ground to foreign rivals. But critics warn the unprecedented plan could derail the industry's international partnerships and box office revenues. Now, what's unclear is how Trump plans to enforce it. Legal experts say films fall under intellectual property and global services trade, areas where the US actually enjoys a surplus. The president first floated the idea in May, but details, of course, remain vague. Would it target specific countries or every foreign production? Studios say they're baffled, given that modern movies are cross-border by nature, with financing, post-production and visual effects spread worldwide. Analysts warn the tariff could spark legal battles and strain cultural trade, while co-productions with overseas studios raise even more questions about classification. Now, what are these, in fact, tariffs? What these tariffs really could mean for Indian cinema? The United States remains one of the most crucial overseas markets for Indian cinema, accounting for nearly 30 to 40% of global collections. In 2024 alone, Indian films grossed $160 to $170 million at the American box office. The US is the second largest market for Telugu cinema after Telangana, contributing up to 25% of total box office earnings. Now, big releases open across 700 to 800 locations, driven by diaspora growth. Telugu cinema now makes $50 million plus annually in the United States. Tamil cinema maintains a steady $25 million annual market in the US with strong star-driven films. Malayalam cinema represents a premium content-driven market worth about $8 million annually. Films like Manjumel Boys, with Washington mulling a 100% tariff, industry voices warn of a dramatic shift, one that could cut into revenues, shake up distribution networks and threaten the deep cultural connect Indian films enjoy with the American diaspora.
India or the Indian market is a huge market for Hollywood cinema. I mean, I remember back in the early 90s when you saw the emergence of talents like Quentin Tarantino, Steven Soderbergh, who were a little more well-versed with global cinema. Tarantino has gone on record to say that the only two cinemas of the world which could take on Hollywood and not get sucked in by the great machinery, marketing machinery of Hollywood was Hong Kong cinema and the Indian cinema industry. So this is something which is not new for us. More than working on films, more than United States working with people across the world when it comes to creating cinema, this is a very big market. I mean, films like Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning, even the last James Bond film enjoyed a theatrical release which was a week longer than the West. Now, one could say that that is for obvious reasons, and I'm saying this with great responsibility here, that piracy in Asian region was slightly higher than what it was globally. But that's not the point. The point is that when you're asking people for money, audiences here are willing to pay the top dollar to go and watch a film a week before it releases globally. So in that aspect, be it a Marvel film or be it a James Bond franchisee film, this is a huge market. So there is going to be quid pro quo. If America thinks that it can impose a certain kind of tariff, I am sure this is not limited to India. There would be other countries, but then no other country produces that kind of cinema. So no matter how much tariff they put on any other country, the output, the Indian output is way too much and the scale is much higher. But having said that, I think there will be a certain fear when it comes to a backlash, because what if you lose out markets like Japan, markets like India, which are very big for Hollywood? And domestically, what the world has perhaps understood, or what perhaps the Indian government has understood right now and not buckling to, such arm twisting tactics when it comes to tariff, is that the domestic Indian market is very, very robust, and especially when it comes to cinema.